sending those updates out is costly, and online is without a doubt the new trend, and by far the most flexible routine. Everything is hosted on a server, and it provides you complete control over your software and the content. The key advantage is your development timeline becomes very flexible. If you decide after launch of your product that your readers really need a new feature, you can decide, develop it, and push it as a new release, promoting it to your audience as added value with minimal costs. Online solutions also relieves the burdens with copyrighted material. If you accidentally post a document with material that you don't own the rights to, you can take the document offline, making the corrections quickly and reposting it to your community. Content distribution is another concern for most people. Content digitization is often viewed as the most challenging element of an archive project. The process of gathering up documents, figuring out the best way to digitize them, and working with partners to get everything in a common digital format seems daunting. However, the next few slides will break down the process in a few key steps, making it much easier to attack. For digitization, you can work with either original prepressed files. You can start with the original laid out QuarkXPress or InDesign documents and distill them directly to PDF. This is the most ideal solution as the resolution of the document and the size are optimal. In situations where the prepressed files may not be available or original environments are too difficult or costly to reproduce, you may need to start from printed stacks of magazines. This process can be expensive, but is no means a barrier to entry. When looking at scanning a stack of publications, there are two scanning options to consider. There's destructive scanning as well as non-destructive scanning. In either of these approaches, you will need to look into options on optical character recognition that will allow scanned images and enable searching of text within these images. Destructive scanning is typically the lowest cost option for scanning large volumes of content. However, as the name indicates, it involves cutting the binding of the publications and feeding them through in stacks. The process uses inexpensive scanners and is quite efficient. However, if the publication you have in your printed back catalog are limited edition or sold copies, then the process is not possible. Also, for some publications that are printed on thicker stock can pose issues as they jam up when being picked up in the feed. Magazines can also pose a bulk scanning challenge due to small, non-uniform sheets of paper in the stack, such as magazines, subscription cards, or fold-out pages. These need to be removed before bulk scanning begins and are either scanned separately if they include worthwhile content or simply left out of the scanning process altogether. Depending on your partner and the volume of your content you need to scan, the cost per page ranges from about 10 cents to 25 cents. In recent years, there have been major advances in technologies used for non-destructive scanning. The most common method of this involves manually scanning on a flatbed scanner. This option can be fine for one-off scans of small volume, but it provides a low-quality scan. These pages are not straightened. There are shifts page by page for the final product. The more complex and high-tech option is to use a camera-driven scanner that you place the publication in. The pages are turned one by an automated turner or via a static blip in a vacuum chamber, and pictures of each page are taken. After the photos are taken, the person steps in to do the post-processing on the images, including cropping, deskewing, and color correction. Once your documents have been scanned, optical character recognition required process that is done to the pages after they have been scanned. It is necessary to process the scanned documents so that the letter images are translated into machine-encoded text. This allows the application to view the text as searchable letters, not just as simply an image. Once you've completed scanning your documents, and regardless of which technology you've used for scanning, it's important to take a sampling of the documents and validate them. Common things that you're going to want to look for are missing pages, skewed pages, misscanned pages where portions can show up as being blank or only partially scanned, as well as other minor irregularities as resolution, font problems, color issues, and so forth. The process usually involves taking a random sampling. If your random sample is fine, then everything looks good and you can move forward. Otherwise, if you're seeing errors in that sampling, you will want to pull a larger sampling to really try and find out how large the problems are and go back and have those individual items prepared and reinserted into your document. The final step you're going to make prior to compiling everything into your archive is making your content easily searchable for your audience. It's important to ensure that you enable full text searching. This allows users to filter through your archive using a variety of search criteria. Depending on the type of content you have, the content includes having narrow by fields for items such as date, author, image search, publication, as well as other characteristics that may be attributed to your magazine by the readers. Finally, I'll take a couple of minutes just to briefly introduce our company and what we have to offer. Integration New Media has been around since 1989 and has a core team of about 25 individuals. We offer products and services for software development, web development, ePublishing, and mobile. In the past, we worked with several large clients. Most notably, we've worked with Taunton, Pure Digital, Prima Games, as well as several other large organizations. Currently in the Reach product family, there are two main core offerings. There's Reach Docs, which is an individual distribution model for one-off magazines where people would like to just show the monthly issue or a specific document. It's ideal for daily and weekly newspapers, magazines, newsletters, brochures, and more. The secondary product is Reach eLibrary. This is ideal for large volumes of content where you want to be able to search across those documents. This would be magazines, journal back issues, corporate libraries, and newspaper archives. When taking on Reach Docs, the process is quite simple. Essentially what you do is you upload your document to the server and it immediately becomes available to your readership through a simple URL. Once your document's uploaded, you take that link, embed it into your website or send it in an email to them, distributing it in a fashion that's most suitable to your organization. Once the user clicks on this link, they are able to open the Reach Docs viewer, which is of widest reach. It leverages the Flash technology to be able to display an exact duplicate of the document that you upload, enabling users to search within the document, change pages, page curl, zooming in and out of the document, all of the standard features you would expect from most e-readers. The Reach Control Center is the area of the application that you would most, or you or the publisher would be most interacting with. This area allows you to update, upload, control access to your documents, as well as view important statistics about what your readers' habits are, what parts of the magazines that you're looking at, how often it's being released or being reviewed by users. Reach eLibrary is built upon the Reach Docs Foundation application. What happens is that you continue to use the control center as you did previously with Reach Docs, but enable additional tagging to your document as to the categorization. On the left-hand side, the interface is enabled with a thumbnail view that allows you to view all of the snapshots of your documents. as well as allows your user to narrow the various criteria on those documents. So they're able to go in here very quickly, search for a specific keyword in your magazine, and then narrow by the publication type, what types of pages, or whatever other metadata that you've included in your document. Once they've found the documents that are interesting to them, they can simply click the link, which will open the document within the Reach docs and allow them to navigate through it, as well as view the hyperlinks and do all the other interactions that they're able to do within the Reach docs viewer.